Donald Trump just posted a tweet that has the internet in a total meltdown. Outrage from both Christians and the left is abundant. But here's what's interesting. Almost no one is slowing down long enough to ask the most important question, which is, why did Trump post it in the first place? So in this video, we're gonna look very closely at what Donald Trump said, why Christians are reacting the way they are, and whether this outrage is completely justified or missing a critical piece of the story. And by the end, you'll need to decide, is this a clear red flag from the president or not? But before we do that, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. I want you guys to be able to stay up to date on all the future videos that we have coming out, where we challenge these cultural topics with biblical truth. So like and subscribe. Let's get back to the video. At 8:49 p.m. on Sunday evening, Donald Trump, the President of the United States of America, posted this. And since then, the internet has absolutely lost their minds, Christians especially. Check out some of these reactions.
Somebody explain to me how this isn't blasphemous.
The President of the United States just posted this picture to Truth Social, portraying himself as Jesus Christ, wearing Christ's robes, coming from the clouds of heaven, with horned demons, by the way.
Can you imagine if Paul was alive today and he saw that tweet?
Hey, yo, Mr. President, what's going on? Did somebody make this image for you? And even then, you posted it on your social? I'm trying not to be quick to judge here.
Now, I have to admit, I don't love the tweet. I don't love it when people liken themselves to Jesus. I would never post something like this. I didn't love this when it came out either. But I think people are missing something really big here, and that is the context of this tweet. Now, before you say, oh, he'll defend Donald Trump over everything, there's nothing that he'll ever condemn from Donald Trump. No, I'm not defending the tweet. I don't like the tweet. The tweet is wrong. I'm simply going to show you some fine print in this whole story that, although it doesn't make the tweet right, it does place the offense in a totally different category, in my opinion. To do this, we need to look at the timestamp of when this tweet was posted. So the big tweet was posted at 8:49 p.m., but if we look back in Trump's Truth Social feed, not 1 hour earlier, we see this post made at 8:03 p.m. on the same day. In this post, Donald Trump rails on the Pope for being too political, for being soft on crime, for being against the wars that Donald Trump has got the United States into, whether it be Venezuela or Iran. Now, there's a lot in this tweet from Trump that I actually agree with. I don't love Trump's tone. I never loved Trump's tone, but I do think that the Pope is too soft when it comes to war in general. I made a video about this last week. But the important thing to notice in this tweet is this one line where he talks about COVID. Trump is saying, look, I was the president who was trying to keep churches open. I was the president who was trying to make this whole COVID thing not as big of a deal as it turned out to be. I was the one fighting for you guys. And if you remember back when Trump was president, when COVID first came to everyone's attention, he was trying to downplay it. He was always saying, oh, it's not as big a deal as we think. It's not as big a deal. And he famously even said this, we don't want the cure to become worse than the problem itself. And this sheds a whole new light on why he posted the Savior tweet not an hour later. It shows us that he's more than likely just doing it to troll the Pope, which again, that's not great. That's not a great reason. It's not like I've uncovered something that's like, oh, okay, everything's fine, no big deal. It's not a great reason, but it's a totally different category than him just randomly posting a picture of him as Jesus saying, look, I'm God, which is what a lot of people are likening this to, making, antichrist accusations and things like that. That's not what's going on here. Now, a lot of people are upset about the rest of the photo. What about him dressed up as Jesus? What about the end times imagery that's in the background of the photo? This is all cause for concern, right? Now, I think we have to remember this is AI. Trump did not specifically create any of this. And if we look at the tweet posted directly after this one, it's another AI image of a Trump Tower on the moon. And if we look at the timestamp on that tweet, it is exactly 1 minute after he posted the big controversial Savior tweet. This tells us that Trump didn't even prompt these himself. He either saw these randomly scrolling through Truth Social, or maybe somebody sent him to him, probably Don Jr., and he was looking through all of these funny AI-generated images and just decided to post 2 of them. Now, again, I don't love it. I wish that he had a little more understanding of his own base, the people who typically support him being Christians, and how something like that could come off as offensive to them. I think that even on a political level, it's just a stupid tweet all around. But I don't think that he's setting himself up as God. I do not think this is Antichrist material. Now, I'm not saying that Trump won't ever do that. I'm not saying Trump isn't the Antichrist. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm just saying I don't think that this is it. There's a popular conservative commentator named Brylan Hollyhand who I think summarized this really, really well, and he actually got at what the real problem here is and what we should actually be most upset about. Check it out.
All right, Trump just posted this, and I've got to admit I'm pretty frustrated. Faith is not a prop, and we shouldn't laugh at it being used as one. There's innocent humor, and then there's this. You don't need to portray yourself as a savior when your record should speak for itself. Comparing yourself, even jokingly, to Jesus, it undermines the very value that many of us hold dear. This hands easy ammunition to critics. Instead of dominating the news cycle tonight on substance, it shifts focus to something completely avoidable.
I think Brylan is exactly right. Tweets like this give the left wing so much ammunition to throw at Trump, and it gets everybody's eyes off of the news that has real substance. But I want to know what you guys think. What did you think of the tweet? Is it worthy of all this outrage? Is it an Antichrist type tweet? Or is it just another instance of Trump being Trump? Let me know down in the comments. Again, like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.